Hi everyone, this is Daddy from Just My Opinion TV. So I have some potatoes here on the floor that have grown eyes. I need to plant them. The only problem is I don't have any space to plant them, so I need to get some buckets to put them in. They were in a bag. Unfortunately, I didn't take them out of the plastic bag, so some of them started to rot, like that one. There were like three rotting potatoes. I put those in the garbage. This one I think I can cut off the bottom because the eye is on the other side. I can cut off the bottom so I can actually plant it. So these I will plant. Hopefully, you know, once I do, I can plant them in the bucket and they should be okay. It's a little bit too hot right now to plant potatoes anyway. So I figure if I plant them in the bucket, then I will at least be able to, for them to grow. Kind of like this one over here that I planted earlier. And they're actually growing. The problem is I don't know if they will bear anything. Those two in that bucket, I planted them maybe about 2 weeks ago. They're growing, but whether they bear fruit or not, I don't know. It's kind of hot. This is Florida, like I said, and right now it's 90 degrees, but it feels like 105. It's really humid and it's really hot. So here's an update on my cantaloupe. Oh, these are my squashes, sorry. They're blossoming as usual, but some of the blossoms have like fallen off, so maybe they were all male, I don't know. Hopefully they'll blossom again and grow some fruit. I won't hold my breath though. I'm not really good with squashes, they always die. Here's another squash plant bucket. Actually, this has 4 squash plants in it. They're not doing so well. Something keep eating the leaves. I found the other day I found a caterpillar wrapped up in the leaf. I guess it was ready to become a butterfly, but that's what's been eating the leaves, the caterpillars. Here's my Swiss chard. Something has been eating the leaves on that as well. And it's another caterpillar. I know it is. I mean, just seem to I can't seem to get rid of them. My peppers. No. These are not peppers. These are shooks. I forgot what this is. It is supposed to be eggplant. Okay, these are tiny little eggplant. Hopefully, I'm gonna transplant them anyway. So hopefully they'll grow. This squash plant is doing really well. It's trying to get out of the bucket. I folded it back into the bucket, but I'll let it run eventually. But I need to cut my lawn first so it has space to run. And here's another squash plant, and those 2 other plants beside it are kale. And they need to be transplanted as well. You know what? Maybe I can actually transplant these and put the potatoes in here. That's probably what I'll do. These are other squash plants in the other pots, and they're doing pretty well. This one is ready to take off. It's ready to run. And these 2 are not far behind. So eventually they'll be running across the lawn. I won't be able to cut the lawn until everything is done. Down here are more squash. I don't know. I tried planting so many because normally when I plant them, they don't grow. So I tried my best to plant a lot of these. Over here, that basin there is filled with kale, so they're looking good. So they're almost ready to be transplanted. And the peppers, as usual, they're right there. I'm gonna wait until they get much bigger to transplant those. Plus, I don't really have any space to put them in anyway. Again, this is my oregano. It's growing out of its box as usual. It's a very fruitful plant. Jalapenos and banana peppers, and my lemon balm. Really good. I like it. I have a tray here also. Oh yeah, let me show you. This is my one cucumber plant that survived, and I put like a trellis thing on it, so there it is. It's growing all the way up. It's really hot though. You're in Florida, and like I said, it's so hot. You feel like you're in an oven. These are more cantaloupe plants, but they're still on the pot. I didn't have any place to transplant them, so they're growing out of the pot. I'm just gonna have to add more dirt to it. So when they start growing, I'll just keep adding dirt so they'll get enough nutrition. this is my, I have a tray of peppers that I need to transplant. They're ready to be transplanted in one of those blue pots. So I'll put those in, and when they grow some more, I'll actually put them in the raised bed. We'll see. Lots to do. Very little time in which to do it. Okay, so I'm going over to my new favorite plant, and that is, you guessed it, my cantaloupes. Hey, look at this one. It's actually growing up my fence. Oh, and it's blooming. It's doing great. I think, like I said the last time, something ate the leaves of these, and I actually sprayed, you know, created my own concoction and sprayed them, and the plants that I sprayed have recovered. Like these here, look how nice and green they are. These are nice and green and bushy. The ones that that didn't do well, these ones, I mean, they stopped, the rot stopped, or the insect stopped eating it, but I still have all these holes, you know. And this one, I need to do something about that one, because something is actually eating it right now. All right, and then further down here, these are the ones, they're doing great. So the middle is where most of the damage is. These ones down here are doing great. Can't see any fruit yet though. I have lots of blossoms, but so far no fruit. And here is my aloe vera. It's doing great too. It's really growing. I like that about it. Here, these are the corns. See how well they're doing? I truly did not expect them to come up, because like I said, I tested the seeds earlier, and none of these seeds looked as if they were gonna grow. Of the seeds that I actually tried to germinate, there was only one that survived from that little batch. It's right here, all by its lonesome. It's trying to grow a corn. We'll see. But I was kind of disappointed that the other ones that germinated with it didn't catch. But hey, you win some, you lose some. That's how you have to look at it. So I know there's not much that has changed so far, but you know, I keep hoping that these things would actually grow and be fruitful. I'm not having any great luck so far. They're growing. Fruiting is what I'm concerned about. These are my banana trees. They're a little bit too close together, but I won't move them. I'll just let them fight for it. Okay, so here's my biggest issue right now with these are pole beans, and they're supposed to like the hot weather, but for some reason it's not working for them. I can't say there is a bean that is actually growing on this thing, and it's flowering and everything has been flowering, but nothing is actually growing. So I have to consider this a loss, but I'm just gonna leave it up anyway, just in case, you know, I'm wrong, just in case at some point something may happen. But it gets a lot of water because, like I said, it's Florida. The weather changes on you. It's raining all the time. So it might be hot right now, but if you were to see the sky, you'll see that it's overcast. Let me show you. See, it's overcast just a little bit, but the rain is coming. It might not get here until around maybe 7 o'clock or so, but it's coming. So they get rain on every single day, but for some reason they're just not growing. They're not thriving like they should. But you know what's thriving? My tomatoes. Look at these things grow. At first they were very stubborn, but now they're growing, and they're growing really, really well. Even my carrots, that, you know, carrots are not, they don't do very well in the heat either. But these have begun to grow. I guess because they're getting so much rain, they have decided finally, okay, we're just gonna grow. but they are growing. But for my fall to winter, I'm gonna plant more carrots, and hopefully this time those will actually do well. But you know, I'm grateful for everything that comes my way. So if I only have 10 carrots, I'm grateful. I didn't have to get any. So here, these are the other tomatoes. These are all blossoming. If you look at them, there are blossoms in every one of them. So I'll be getting tomatoes in a short while. Lots of blossoms. And I try to prune these to make sure that they didn't have any extra suckers growing on them, because I don't need any more tomato plants. So I prune these and they're growing like weeds. You know what I did? I actually put before I transplanted them, because they were all in a pile at the end of the bed, and I transplanted a whole lot of them. But I didn't have any fish. I did get the fish fertilizer afterwards, but I didn't have it at the time. So what I did was I opened cans of sardine, put it in the ground, and then transplant them over the sardine. So I think the sardine is actually working. I use the sardine in the water, not the one with the oil, please. So those are good. And as usual, okras are blossoming. Look at that. And here we have some more peppers right there, and my radish, like I said, did not come up at all. So this bed I am going to be using for something else. I'm gonna have to amend it, and then I'm gonna use it for something else. It's lots of stuff that's, you know, it's not growing, and I know why. Because I started late. I started all the way into the summer, almost into summer, so nothing really is growing like it should. Traditional squash plants right here, and these are my spinach plants, and it's, I don't even know the name of it, but somebody at work gave it to me, so I planted it, and it's really doing great. I've harvested it several times, so it's really doing great, and I like that about it. This is supposed to be my watermelon bed. Look at my tiny little watermelon. I don't know if it'll actually grow enough to, you know, get the heat of the summer, but like I said, this is Florida. Weather changes. Hopefully we'll have hot weather all the way through to maybe September, early October, so it will give the plant a chance to grow and be fruitful. I have some cantaloupes too here. These are not doing so well. This one is, though. It's actually taking off. But the other ones, they're looking to say good night. I can understand that. There are just times when things don't work out the way you think they should, and all you have to do is to appreciate it and move forward. So that's my update on my beds this week. One of the things I wanted to say, though, is that, you know how people age, you know, plants do the same thing. So they have a cycle, a life cycle. They have to be planted at the right time, because if you don't plant them at the right time, then the results are different. This actual garden wasn't started at the right time, so I'm glad I'm getting something. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get them to be as fruitful as I wanted them to be, but I'm still glad I am getting some fruits from it, so I appreciate it. But like I said, plants have their life cycle, just like how we have our life cycle, and you know, they go through stuff the same way we go through stuff. I mean, they might not have feelings, but they still have to endure weather, bad weather, good weather, you know, bad soil, just disappointments along the way. Some of them struggle, some of them don't. Some of them endure during the bad times, some of them don't. And you know, if you plant a garden, you'll know that there are some things that you expect to do well. Sometimes they disappoint you. There are some things that you don't expect to do well. Sometimes they surprise you. Anyway, that's it for now. If you like the video, please watch, share it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video, like I said. and I'll see you next week with another video. Hopefully this time I'll actually be planting something so you can see what I'm doing with my potatoes. All right, you have a great day. Thank you.